Hi there guys, welcome to Dino's Vault once again. Today I'm reviewing the TVS Apache RTR 4V, wherein 4V stands for 4 valves. Yes, this is the first time we see a 4 valve engine powering an RTR bike. Apart from this, there are many firsts that TVS have brought to the RTR franchise with this bike, which we'll check out later in this video. Now, I was super excited to get my hands on the RTR 200 because for the first time, TVS has brought a concept bike nearly as it is to the production line. We all know this bike is based on the Draken concept we saw 2 years back at the Auto Expo. Not only me but all the RTR fanboys were hoping and praying that the Draken concept would hit the production line soon. Well, TVS have answered our prayers because barring a few technical changes like a different frame and a different swing arm, the bike has retained the majority of its stunning, futuristic and radical design language that the concept had. The RTR series from TVS enjoys a huge following and a widespread fan base because the RTR bikes are hideously powerful and scarily fast. Let me tell you guys, the RTR 200 is a bike that we've been praying for. It is something we were longing for, and it is everything that we were hoping for. The reason I say this is because this bike is value for money personified. In a day and age where regular 150 to 160cc bikes themselves are costing close to a lakh, for the same price we now get a 200cc bike with proper racing DNA that is usable on a daily basis, that can be thrashed around at track day events and can also be used for long distance touring. Now wait a minute, looks like I'm giving out the verdict ahead of the review, so let's cut the intro to here and start with the review. First, let's take a look at what's new or what's being introduced for the first time into the RTR franchise with this bike. First of all, what's obvious is the all new state of the art radical design theme. Next is the all new 4 valve engine. Now this engine gets oil cooling as well as ram air cooling ducts, which further reduce the engine heat by 10 degrees. Then we have an all digital instrument cluster as opposed to the part digital part analog setup found on the younger RTR siblings. We get a new design to the alloy wheels that look awesome. We also get race spec TVS Remora tires as well as the option of going with world class Pirelli tires. We get a bigger 240mm rear pedal disc on this bike when compared to 200mm one on the younger siblings. We get a split seat setup for the first time too. We get a double barrel stainless steel exhaust that sounds amazing. The most important addition or inclusion is that of the first ever monoshock on an Apache RTR bike, and trust me, it has done wonders to this all new brilliant chassis in enhancing its overall handling and agility. The design is drop dead gorgeous. The bike looks sharp, cutting edge, radical and amazing. We get twin LED DRLs that are turned on ignition. The headlamp looks new age and typically underscores its street naked character. The gold coated front forks look classy as always. I like the special touch given to the carved out front fender with the black accents. Coming to the profile, the massively sculpted fuel tank takes center stage. This is the most striking design element that tells us about its aggressive, animalistic nature that is an inherent trait of the RTR series. It also looks sporty, muscular and completely fresh, giving the RTR 200 a unique appearance among the competition in its price range. The engine cowl too is well chiseled and sharper, further enhancing its beastly appearance. The side panel falls into place perfectly, whereas the tail section is lifted up to lend the bike a sleeker look. The double barrel stainless steel exhaust looks pretty good to me. I mean, it goes well with its new age design. It sounds amazing as well. The LED tail lamp is all new and I really like the way it has come out. It does have kind of a jewel effect. The split seats are neatly laid out and the foam used is just about perfect. It's not too soft nor too hard. Over soft seats also end up causing problems on longer rides. The seat is tapered slightly towards the front such that you can grip the tank well with your thighs. I like the GT stripe that runs across the tank and we get an offset fuel tank lid. The RTR 200 insignia on the tank looks superb. We also get clip-on handlebars that look and feel great. We get all our regular switches like an engine kill switch. We also get a high beam flasher. The instrument cluster is all new and it is an all digital one, and this has to be the most premium looking speedo in and around its price range. The display contains the speedometer, tachometer, odometer, trip meters, fuel gauge, gear shift indicator, lap timer, top speed recorder and a clock. Talking about the engine specs, powering the RTR 200 is a 4-stroke, 4-valve, oil-cooled, single-cylinder 197.75cc engine that puts out a max power of 20.05 PS at 8,500 RPM and 18.1 Newton meters at 7,000 RPM. This comes mated to a 5-speed gearbox. The fuel-injected variant offers 1 PS of more power, however the torque figure remains the same. Now I got to ride the carbureted variant sporting the Remora tires. The fuel-injected variant hasn't arrived yet. Let me tell you guys, I've I've been just as much as eager to get my hands on this bike as much as you guys have patiently waited for my review. Trust me, after riding this bike, I realized that it is indeed worth waiting for. Now please note this is the most refined RTR to date, it's the most stable and sure-footed RTR to date, it's the most premium RTR to date in terms of looks and build quality, it's also the most exciting RTR to date. All the boxes have been ticked and all expectations surpassed as far as I'm concerned. The engine refinement level is something you need to experience for yourself. The seating posture is very slightly forward biased, but I believe you can tour on this bike effortlessly. The gears work flawlessly, the clutch feels lighter while on the run. We get an all new double cradle split synchro stiff frame. This combined with the rear monoshock makes this bike the best handling RTR to date. The power figures may not be all that appealing on paper, but when you ride the bike, it puts a smile on your face instantly. The excitement, the adrenaline rush, and the aggression that are the trademark traits of the RTR series are clearly evident on this bike as well. The RTR twins are well known for their throaty exhaust notes, but the RTR 200 for me comes in and simply takes the crown. It sounds awesome. Watch out for the exhaust note towards the end of this video. TVS have given this bike everything and it clearly shows when you look at it as well as when you take it out for a spin. Now talking about the brakes, we get a 270mm pedal disc up front and a 240mm pedal disc at the back. I rode the non-ABS model. The braking as it is was quite satisfactory. I believe it would get better with Pirelli tires on board. TVS guys say that the ABS variant is coming out soon, though there is no definitive date disclosed yet. Trust me, if and when the ABS variant comes out, this bike is going to eat into the market share of the Duke 200 for sure. Talking about the suspension, we get telescopic forks up front and we get a race-tuned KYB rear monoshock with precision-tuned compression and rebound damping. The suspension is not too soft nor too rigid. You can glide over potholes without them bothering you all that much. Talking about the wheels and tires, we get 17-inch wheels with a 90x90 tire up front and a 130x70 tire at the back. We get to choose from TVS Remora tires or Pirelli tires. The Remora tires do offer good road grip, however the Pirelli tires are worth the extra money. Talking about other noteworthy specs, ground clearance is 180mm, which is more than sufficient for our Indian road conditions. Seat height is 800mm, which I guess holds good for average height riders as well as taller riders. Shorter riders too can manage, I guess. Fuel tank capacity is 12 liters. Now talking about the mileage, I couldn't get hold of any mileage claim figure, but I guess you should be satisfied with anything around 40 kmpl given the excitement this bike offers. Price ex-showroom Hyderabad is around Rs 93,000 for the carbureted Remora tires variant, and you just need to pay around 5 grand more if you prefer Pirelli tires. Prices for the fuel injected variant and ABS variant are not yet available. I will keep you posted regarding the same in the days to come. So that's pretty much it for now. I just hope you found this video useful. Until next time, this is Dino saying ciao. Take care, God bless and ride safe.